Eyup Cock, it's League One and it's second last one as well. We've got promotion to sort out and there's a big old relegation battle going on down at bottom. So let's get straight in there. There's one tonight, Stevenage, Birmingham. Depending on when you watch this, this might have happened, but we'll touch this quickly. Stevenage, dead rubber, no to play for, really. But then at the same time, they went and met Bristol Rovers, who've got everything to play for. So I won't look into that too much. But they are playing Birmingham. So this ends one way and it's where Birmingham win. They're on 99 points. They've got 4 games left. It's honestly disgusting. A few of the games have been like fairly close recently, apart from when they put 6 past us. But I will say like a fairly comfy 2-1 Birmingham and then just move on to it once a weekend. First game, absolutely massive. It's Bristol Rovers, who are 21st. They're placed just outside of getting out of survival. And then Reading, who are 7th. Level on points with Leighton Orient to get into playoffs. So this is a very, very big game and a lot riding on it at both ends of the table. Reading proper put Mansfield to sword, to be fair. They bet them 5-1. So they absolutely slapped them up start to finish. They've been playing a lot of poor sides, Reading, but beaten majority of them anyway. Bristol Rovers, 7 losses out of 8 games, and then in the hardest game out of all of them, they went away to Wrexham and got a point. I think I called that one as well out of it. I think I've called every single one of these recently, just with them losing them all. I'm not sure if I really see it changing. Like, they lost at home, like we just said about Stevenage. They lost 1-0 at home to Stevenage. That is crazy, that is. And Reading, they're not the biggest scorers ever, despite just putting 5 past Mansfield. But they're going to get a lot of chances here against this Bristol Rovers defence. Because in case you've missed it, I think they're absolutely dog shit, the back end of that Bristol Rovers side. So I'm giving Reading a couple of goals. I do think Bristol Rovers are partial to one a lot of time. But then, again, Reading don't concede a lot. Bristol Rovers might nick 1. But I think Reading win this regardless anyway. I don't want to go back-to-back 2-1s. But if that's what the brain is inputting, that's what I've got to say. I'm going 2-1 Reading. And that would more or less put Bristol Rovers in a box. That, if they do lose that game. Leighton Orient and Wicker. Yeah, some big old games here, you know. This league's so good. Leighton Orient in very good form. And scoring a lot of goals recently as well. They put 3 past Mansfield, 3 past Crawley, they put 4 past Barnsley. Who don't? And then 2 past Cambridge. So they're in shit top form. They're really, really good going forward. Kelman's top goal scorer in the league by some margin now. They'll do very, very well to keep him, even if they do end up going up. I don't think QPR will be planning on selling him, because he is probably the best player and he's not even at their club. Bolton, after 3 wins in a row, without conceding a goal as well against Huddersfield, Stevenage and Bolton, they got absolutely slapped up at weekend by Charlton 4-0 at home. I think that's more or less finished them off. To be honest, Wrexham can pull away today, Saturday, Wrexham can pull away to a point where it's just like, it's not even happening anymore. We're going into the last game if they win and Wickham don't win this. If Wickham lose and Wrexham win, then it's already done anyway and Wrexham get promoted on Saturday with a game to spare. But I don't think they will lose Wickham. Don't get me wrong, if Leighton Orient play like they can, they could slaughter them big time. And Wickham's confidence is going to be low because they've just been absolutely battered by a side that they might end up playing in playoffs anyway. But Wickham, I do just think... I think they'll end up chipping away to last. I don't think they've come all this way, being in 2nd and 3rd all year, to then suddenly with a game left not have anything to play for. I do think they'll end up taking it to last game. I think they'll have a bit of grit about them here and probably nick a draw or something. Like, I think they'll probably draw this one apiece. I think that's a fair result, which would mean that Reading go into 6th again and Leighton Orient drop out for last game, if my last 2 are right. But I do think a lot of sides will have a load to play for on last game. I don't think it'll be like Championship where it's effectively done. So I'll go Leighton Orient 1 week and 1. Barnsley, Shrewsbury, absolute dead rubber. Barnsley 12th, Shrewsbury last. We've not got Jello because he's injured again. Humphries should be back, but the lack of depth is extremely concerning still, and it's reason that we're in 12th anyway. They're just absolute horrendous subs that we've got. So I don't think we'll go in absolutely bad to somebody because we haven't got Jello and Humphries on as wings. Next season, who knows? We might end up doing something. We should end up doing something, to be honest, because it looks like Hurrian's got reins and he can do what he wants, realistically, because Disco's left. I think he had 6 years as a player and then, like, 10 years as a coach, Disco, so he's been a very good servant to this club. But, yeah, he's gone. There'll be a lot of staff and player turnover for Barnsley in summer, but we should still win against Shrewsbury, for God's sake. The bottom at league, they're absolutely crap. This is the easiest fixture in the entire division. If we do not win this game, I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost, bro. Regardless of the fact that we've got no players. We've got barely out going forward apart from Dunn on himself now. Surely. Like 2-0. 2-0 Barnsley? That's fair, innit? Shrewsbury are crap. I'm going to say, if we can't keep a clean sheet against these, we're in even bigger trouble than I might think. So I'll go for 2-0 Barnsley. Burton and Cambridge. Oh, goodness me. That's a really, really difficult fixture to call that. That ain't an easy one to call. Just because Burton are on good form and Cambridge are like 23rd, do you think that's an easy fixture? If I were Burton, I would much rather play Barnsley or Rotherham or, I don't know, Huddersfield. Someone that's just in the middle of the table, down in dumps and they've got no to play for. I'd much rather play that than a Neil Harris Cambridge side that are scrapping for the life and know if they win this game, they've actually got a chance on last day of getting out. It's a tough one to call this. I don't think Cambridge win. They are going to chuck loads at it, aren't they? Because they've got to. They can't come in for a draw. They need to come here and try and win. So it's going to be a bit of something, this, depending on what approach Neil Harris takes. Does he try and like sit in for first half and then go for it late on? Because they create very little anyway, Cambridge. But Burton and Northampton side, they lost 2-1 in the last game, but it were home to Birmingham. So I'm not overly bothered about that. Drew with Exeter, bet Huddersfield, lost to Wrexham, but the bet Leighton Orient. Some very dodgy results to him, and it's not like the beat all crap sides lose to good ones. They're all over the place with the results, Burton. I could see that Burrell, that striker, maybe doing something here. He scored 2 other day, didn't he? But he's got 10 goals this season so far. It's quite good for a side like Burton. No disrespect to him where they are at table. He's due one a little bit, maybe. I do think Burton win. But I do think it'll be a very, very close, edgy game. And depending on what approach Neil Harris goes with, like I say, could either be an absolute cricket score or a very, very edgy, nervy 1-0 Burton. And I'm going to go 1-0 Burton. I don't think Cambridge... They might chuck loads at it, but they've not got the personnel to score anywhere near enough goals that they might need here. So I'll give Burton a win, which would relegate Cambridge, unfortunately. R.I.P. Oh, God, another one that's going down. Crawley and Northampton next. So if Burton win that, Crawley down regardless. So respectfully, this means absolutely niche. They bet Exeter 3-1 in the last game, but Northampton bet Shrewsbury 4-1. Northampton, I've said for ages, I think are a good side. I seriously do. But they are now mathematically safe anyway. So I don't think they'll actually care. Crawley have got a lot to play for it. Northampton secured safety by beating Shrewsbury. So they're going to be like, they'll take a little bit of a chill pill now. I think they'll be quite relaxed. There'll be no pressure on them, which might benefit them in some way, especially going forward. They might actually like offer a little bit more going forward now, even though they've scored 4 in 2 of the last 4 games. I told you they'll go going forward, honestly. But I do think Crawley coming out swinging. They've got to fight for their lives here. Lindsay's gaffer again, and so you've got to imagine that he's got them up for it big time. I think they'll win. Obviously, it's going to be too late regardless, because if Burton win, Crawley are going to be 14 goal difference at least behind them, realistically. But I do think Crawley will win this game, and it ultimately mean very little, because Burton will have pulled away. So I will give Crawley a 2-1. But we'll go with 2-1. Northampton aren't that bad defensive. They're not that bad at all. I'm just going to keep saying it. Northampton are a good side, man. I'll give Crawley a 2-1. Exeter Huddersfield. 16th versus 9th. Neither of them can literally do anything. Neither of them can do anything at all. Who actually cares here? Right, we'll go random number generator 1 to 4. This is for Exeter's goals first. So Exeter 3 and Huddersfield will score 1. Right, 3-1 Exeter. Peterborough Bolton. This is exact same thing, to be honest. Oh no, Bolton could still get in there if they won both the games by at least 10 goals. They could still get in there because they're on a -3 goal difference. Oh man, some of the sides in this league, Jesus. Peterborough obviously come to our place and got a draw. I think they look quite sharp in certain areas, especially in first half. But defensively, as you would imagine with Peterborough, because of the core of the team being as young as it is and inexperienced as it is, you can definitely get at him. And if done, he's going to be one that plays it here easily. He's 1 at 3. He should probably win it, to be fair, seeing as though Callum hasn't been put up from Birmingham. If Dunn had his proper boots on, he'd have come away with like 3 match balls. And Bolton, normally I would say, would put somebody to sword like this, definitely. But again, I don't think the players look arsed. Honestly, they look crap. They look so slack. They lost 4 in a row. We put 4 past them, which is mad. To be fair, we were really good, Humphries and Jallow, aren't we? But they look shit. Lost 2-0 to Wickham. They've just conceded 4 goals to Lincoln. Lincoln have got no to play for it. All they've conceded 4 goals to them, but they did get 2. I think that this is a big old goal, this game. I'm telling you. There's going to be a few flying in at either end here. Poku's as good as out at door and he's going to Birmingham. Kipriano won't be far behind him. So maybe there's that playing into it as well, that they're like, oh, I don't care anymore, I'm gone. Give me 2 more games, turn up, pick my wage up and I can piss off. But I do think there'll be a lot of goals on show here. I will give Peterborough 2, because I do think you can get at Bolton as well. Especially down their width. It's terrible. Their fullbacks are absolutely shit, Bolton's. But Peterborough, fruit middle mainly, crap as well. I'll go 2 apiece, Peterborough Bolton. I think it could be a good old game, that, for a neutral. Stockport on Lincoln. Lincoln are in quite good form. Like I've just said, the bet Bolton 4-2. They've won 3 out of the last 5 games, unbeaten in 5. Got a point away at Charlton. They bet Huddersfield. They won away at Reading. They won against Bolton. It's just classic Lincoln that once you've got nothing to play for, like last season, you just turn into Galacticos and start winning 15 games on a bounce. So this could be quite a good game, but like we all know with Stockport, especially at home, no mugs. No mugs at all. Very, very, very good team, start to finish. Consistently win almost at home. It's now 8 wins in 9 at home and a draw, 0-0 at home to Charlton. So they're very, very good side. And Lincoln, despite being in good form, are crap away from home most of the time. So I will get Stockport a win, and it'll probably just be... These just remind me of Bristol City in Championship. Just fairly comfortable at home every week. 2-1 win. That's what I'm saying. Wigan Blackpool, another dead rubber that means absolutely no. Wigan have won 2 in a row, to be fair, and obviously just very good defensively. Blackpool, like I said, I thought they were a really good side when they come to us. Like last month, 2 months ago, something like that. But they have just lost 2-1 at home to Wrexham. The feet are up. They're not bothered. Recoup now, go again next year. There might be a couple of players playing for contracts with these. I don't know if... They've got a couple of loads out there, a couple of lads nearing end of contracts, I think. So they'll be playing for him. But I don't think you can score loads past Wigan anyway, because they just are that good at back. They take so little risk. It's such boring shit football. I'm not surprised there's only 4,000 fans that turn up at Wigan. But they have secured League One status again for next year. So who's actually that bothered? You know what I mean? I think this is just set up perfectly for an absolutely shit, boring 0-0. I'm going to say that game, honestly, I'd pay to not watch this. Wrexham Charlton. Second last. This is at 5:30. I wish I could do a watch along for this, but I can't because I'm going at Barnsley game. So, unfortunately, boys, duty does call the Reds. But this is such a big game, this is. Wrexham are 4 points in front of Charlton. If Charlton win this, they go a point behind going into the last game. The form that Charlton have been on since, like, November is absolutely ridiculous. Best side in the league by an absolute mile behind Birmingham, with a points record. Really, really good. So efficient, Charlton. 4-0 against Wickham. Honestly, that's just cherry on cake, isn't it? That absolutely nuts. Wrexham, a lot of draws. I do think that with this being at Wrexham, I'm more inclined to not give Charlton a win. If this were at Charlton, this game, seriously, I actually think I'd give Charlton a win here to make it very, very interesting that last day. But we being at Wrexham, I do think, honestly, come back to this, I think Wrexham will get a penalty. Honest to God, I think this is absolutely nailed on that Wrexham get a penalty in this game. Or Charlton red card. 1 or 2. But Wrexham have been chipping away very, very nicely. They've not lost in a while since they lost at Reading. Few draws recently, like 3 draws out of the last 5 games. And they've had some very, very favourable fixtures as well, and not really pulled away like they could have done. If they'd have beaten the sides that you'd have expected them to beat Wrexham in the last like 5 games, they'd have been up already. They drew with Cambridge, Wigan and Bristol Rovers, which is a little bit like slack. Whereas Charlton are just winning constantly now, apart from the Lincoln one. Tough one to call again, and I will be watching this game in pub afterwards, and I'll be silently rooting for Wrexham, I'm not going to lie to you. I prefer Charlton as a club, but I want Wrexham out of this league for next year for Reds, because if not, they'll absolutely walk this league next year with money they're going to spend. I will go 1-1, which means that on the last day, Wrexham, Wickham and Stockport are ones that'll be going for it, and Charlton won't be able to mathematically get in, but Wickham play Stockport last game anyway, don't they? So I still think Charlton will probably finish 3rd. But I think drawing this game is what'll finish them off. Don't get me wrong, still massive, massive favourites for me for them to go up. I can't see a side stopping these. Maybe Stockport and maybe Wrexham if they end up falling in, but I don't think they will. I think this effectively would promote Wrexham in 2nd, especially on last day because they've got someone crap at home. It might be Lincoln or something. Well, they're not even crap now either, but they've got no one to play for. Do you know what I mean? But I'll go with Wrexham 1, Charlton 1. And then the actual last one is... Oh no, there's 2 left. There's Stevenage Rotherham on Sunday, which means nothing, so I'll just go 1-1 and get it out of the way. So Birmingham Mansfield, the actual last for this video. I mean, Mansfield aren't safe yet. Oh, this is the game in hand. Mansfield will still be fine, surely. Birmingham, you'd imagine they've come off back of winning tonight, the day of me recording this. You've got to imagine that they've won that game. It's just another step closer to points record. 3-0, Birmingham. Like, honestly, who cares? Mansfield, they're shit. Honestly, they're in a lot of trouble next year, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's that. Absolute pleasure. Love you all. Thank you for watching again. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. There's Premier League predictions tomorrow. And then we're getting into real business. And God, there's only 1 more left for this season. And then we're in playoffs. But it's been a blast. It's been an absolute pleasure. Anyway, boys. Kiss.
I say I'm a man. Yes, I'm a mucker. I think of me saying as a right good looker. I say up that. Show us the tits.